Hello learner, welcome to the learning of Database Applications Laboratory. Let's continue with the discussion of implementation of order database. Let's start with the insertion of values into order database. Let us see the schema here. As we have already discussed the schema of order database, we'll just quickly go through the tables that we have. The first one is salesman table, second one is customer table, third one is orders table. We have the salesman ID, customer ID and the order number as primary keys of the table salesman, customer and orders. Make sure that the salesman ID values into salesman table, whatever you enter, are all unique. Again, customer ID values also should be unique. Then order number values also that you enter should be unique. Rest all the other values. Let's discuss how to insert those. Before we start with the insertion, let's quickly go through the queries. Why? Because our values that we are going to insert should match with the queries that has been asked here, so that it will be easy for us to retrieve the results for these queries. So let's see this first query. As per this first query, we are supposed to count the customers with grades above Bangalore's average. So in the question, they have mentioned a value, or they have mentioned the city of the customer as Bangalore. The meaning is, in our table, we need to have the entries of city, at least few entries for the city attribute should be Bangalore. So let's just see here, we have the customer table where we have one of the attribute called city, which tells about the customers who belongs to different cities. So let us insert few city values at least as Bangalore, so that we can get the answer for customers. And here you can just see here the average. So they have told count the customers with grades above Bangalore's average. So the meaning is at least 2 or 3 entries in our customer table should have Bangalore as a city value. Why? Because in order to calculate average, at least 2 or 3 entries you need to have. Okay, so let's go to the second query. We have find the names and numbers of all salesmen who has more than one customer. So this information about salesmen and customers, salesmen serving different customers, we have here in the customer table. So in the customer table, we have the salesmen who are serving different customers. So the second query says that we need to have entries into customer table in such a way that a particular salesman, say for example, I have a salesman with the salesman ID 1000. This salesman should be serving at least 2 or 3 customers. So what is the meaning of this more than one customer? So at least 2 customers a salesman should be serving. So here I need to have entries into my customer table in such a way that one salesman, at least he should be serving 2 customers or more than 2 customers. Okay, so that is such entries we need to have in customer table. And then one more thing you have to notice here, in my customer table I have salesman ID attribute as foreign key. So what is the meaning of foreign key? This salesman ID is referencing to the salesman ID that we have already inserted into salesman table, right? So here the salesman ID that you take into customer table should be the same value that you have already inserted into salesman table. So here I hope this is clear, the second query part. Now we'll go to the third query. List all the salesmen and indicate those who have and don't have customers in their cities. So it is something like I have to now compare here in this query the salesman city and the customer city. So city is an attribute which you can find in both salesman table and the customer table. So you can just see here in the salesman table I have the city where the salesman is belonging to. In the customer table also you have the city where the customer is belonging to. Right? So here we have to just compare their cities and we have to prepare two lists. Okay, so two list. So here the list one is of the salesman and customer both belonging to same city. Suppose if I have the salesman belonging to Bangalore and if that same salesman is serving that particular customer, that customer city also should be Bangalore. That means what? Both salesman and his customer city is Bangalore. So such entries, such a salesman's entry, salesman ID, you need to list out here. One who has common city. So that is our list 1. So what is our list 2? So list 2 is the list of salesmen whose city is different from that of customer that he is serving. Suppose if I have here a salesman whose city is say Mysore, and if that salesman who is belonging to Mysore is serving a particular customer here, and if that customer is belonging to say Mangalore, in that case salesman city and the customer city both are different, right? So if I have a salesman who is belonging to Mysore and if that same salesman is serving a customer who is belonging to Mangalore, so in that case customer and salesman city are different. So such salesman's entry you need to add into list 2. Okay, so now you have to compare, now you have to combine both the list L1 and L2 and you have to retrieve the answer, retrieve the query result. Okay, right. So we'll just go to the fourth one. So wherein you're just asked to find the salesmen who have customer with the highest order of the day. So how do I find highest order of the day? So highest order in the sense you have to now go to the orders table and check for the purchase amount. So purchase amount of a particular order. So for example, I have an order, say order ID is 1 and the date of the order is say 1st October. So on 1st October you have placed an order of worth 1000 rupees. On the same day, say here again on the same date, that is on 1st October, you have a different order and the purchase amount of that order is say around 2000. So here on this day, that is 1st October, what is the highest amount or highest order? So highest order is second order of worth 2000. So these two orders may be placed by two different customers. We are not bothering about the customers here. That may be placed by different customers, but here we are bothering about the salesman. We have to retrieve the salesman here who is actually serving or who is delivering these orders. Okay, so I have to retrieve the information about the salesman who is delivering these orders. Okay, so in order to answer this query, I need to have entries into my order table in such a way that, see, on the same day I have to find out the highest order on the same day. So I need to have multiple entries for the same date. Say 1st October I have 2 entries, 2 rows corresponding to 1st October. Similarly, you make some more entries for some other date. Say third row is about 2nd October. Again you take multiple entries for 2nd October. So you have to now tell about the 2nd October's orders. So you may have now 2 orders again on 2nd October, right? So like that multiple entries you need to have for same date. So such entries you need to have. Then the last query will go to the 5th one. So it is asking you to delete here a salesman whose ID is equal to 1000. So what is the meaning of that? You need to have into salesman table the salesman ID. So one of the salesmen in the salesman table should have an ID 1000. Okay, so make sure that you have the salesman ID. So one salesman ID is 1000. Okay, so such entry you need to have here, and the same salesman also should be serving some customer, and also the same salesman here with the ID 1000 should be delivering few orders. Okay, so that entries also you should have in the corresponding orders table. Right, so this is how you have to match all the queries, and accordingly you have to start inserting values into different tables. Now we'll see how we are inserting the values into our first table, that is salesman table. So at least you need to insert 5 rows into each table. Okay, so first, to begin with, you must start with the salesman table only. Don't insert values into first customer table and then come back to salesman. No, you cannot do that. Why? Because salesman table is a parent table. So why I call it as parent table? Because in salesman table you do not have any foreign keys mentioned. You have only one primary key, and that primary key is salesman ID. So ensure that all the values that you enter into salesman ID are unique, different values. Okay, so one of the entry here, salesman ID is 1000, so that is as per the query. Okay, so here you have the first attribute is salesman ID, second one is salesman name, third one is city where the salesman belongs to, and the fourth one is commission of the salesman. So when you're entering the values, you maintain this order of attributes. It's very much important. You cannot mix the attribute order. So you cannot have first salesman ID and then city and then name and then commission. No, not possible. So the order of creation of table and the order of entering the attributes, so while creating the table, that you have to follow. I hope this is clear. You can just see now the salesman table. You can just retrieve all the rows that you have just entered into salesman table. I have entered 5 rows into salesman table, so in order all the entries are appearing. You can just have a note, have a look at it. The next table that you have to, the next insertion is into the table customer. So customer table is the one wherein you can see it is having one foreign key. So which is that foreign key in customer table? It is salesman ID. So here customer table, into customer table you start inserting values only after inserting all the values into salesman table. Okay, so here you can see the first attribute is customer ID, the second one is customer name, third one is customer city, fourth one is grade of the customer, and then the last one is salesman ID. So in this order only you insert the values. And one more thing you have to note here, the salesman ID, whatever values you are inserting, make sure that all these entries are already made into salesman table. No new entries you can add here into customer table. So what do you mean by entry? New entries, see here I have inserted 1001 as salesman ID, 1002 as salesman ID, 1003 as salesman ID. All three IDs what I am using here in customer table should be already inserted into my salesman table. So information about these 3 salesmen should be already available in my salesman table. So please note this particular point. You can just have a look at this customer table which we created just now, into which we inserted values just now. You can just see, have a look at it. I have 5 rows inserted where the customer ID, customer name, city, grade and salesman IDs that I have inserted. Now just for comparison purpose, I have shown here salesman table also, into which we had already inserted values. Just look here, 1001, 1002 and 1003 are the 3 salesman information you have in customer table. Do we have the same entries again in salesman table? We must have that. 1001, 1002 and 1003. All 3 salesmen are available. Their information are available in this salesman table. And suppose if you insert here a new entry, something like 1005. So you just see here 1005, there is no salesman inside the salesman table with the ID 1005. So whenever you try to do that, it will throw an error. Okay, so it will not allow you to add a new entry here. So if at all you want to add a new salesman, first enter the new entry, make a new entry into salesman table, and then add that new salesman information into customer table. Okay, this is how you do it. And you can just see here the city of the customer and the city of the salesman, whether they are same. You can see, suppose the salesman ID is 1001 and he is serving a customer who is belonging to Bangalore. So just see what is the salesman city. So 1001 is a salesman. You can come to salesman table and check the second row. That salesman with ID 1001, his city is also Bangalore. So we have here both customer and salesman belonging to the same city, Bangalore, right? So this is how we can make the entries there, and I have here one more customer, say with the different city, right? So I have a customer 2002 belonging to Mysore, and the salesman who is serving that customer is 1001, and we already know that the city of 1001 salesman is Bangalore. So Bangalore, here customer and salesman both are belonging to different city. So here Bangalore is the city of salesman, and Mysore is the city of our customer. So both are belonging to different city. I hope this is clear. Next we have our table orders, wherein I have inserted 6 rows there. So you can see here the first attribute is order ID, next one is the next one is the purchase amount, and the third one is the date, order date, and the next one is the salesman ID, the last one is customer ID. So again it should be in order only, and make sure that all the order IDs are different. Okay. And you can just see here in the next structure of table, have a look at this orders table. I have 6 entries. You can see here the two I have 2 entries for the same day, say 10th September. On 10th September I have 2 orders, order ID 1 and 2, and you can see here again the next 2 entries also I have on 23rd August. So 2 entries on 23rd August. Again you can compare the purchase amount also, right? So this was asked in one of the query, right? So such entries you need to make into your orders table. So I hope this is clear. We have inserted into values into all the 3 tables. Make sure that the entries that you make will match with the query, so that you can retrieve correct result to your queries.